We're straight into ski race action. And first up, we have the men's semi-finals. Jack, a good mix of Ironmen and straight ski paddlers. Who do you like in this one?
How can you go past Pete Scott, two-time Olympian, local stalwart, and phenomenal ski paddler?
You're telling me, former Australian champion as well, so he'll be one to watch. He's on the blue and yellow of the Redhead colours, fourth from your right-hand side, and they're on and away. And it looks like in the centre there, the Newport cap got away. Maybe Luke Morrison or Chad Alston, they're both in the field as Mackenzie Heinar gets belted on the outside, and it's almost race over for him, but it's Luke Morrison in the centre as we're riding on here with Wes Berg, one of the Ironmen, trying to give it to the ski paddlers as we see Pete Scott under his arm back in 8th place, going around the outside of the can on the left side. Out in front, Luke Morrison giving it some, part of that Taplin Relay Australian title winning Newport team, and really going well early on. Benny Carberry sitting hot on his hammer. And are we going to see a little bit of carnage here, Jack? In the board races, the guys had to deal with some waves on the way in. It's a little bit tougher on these skis, isn't it?
They are a lot longer piece of craft, and these boys are really going to have to try and make the most of these waves on the way home and get their skills right.
They can't turn them on a dime like the boards. They're going to have to manage it well, and I think skills will come into play. Wes Berg getting caught up in a little bit of crash and bash there alongside Pete Scott just under his arm, really starting to rev up. But it's Luke Morrison out in front. It looks like Ben Carberry on his tail there, and is it Will Budd in the third place position as, Nick Dorr just tries to come round. Wes has a little laugh. I'm sure he's been in a bit of that in his time, but the race is very tight at this point out in front. The slipstream gets moving on the way home, and we see the waves start to lift. These ski paddlers can pick up almost anything, and it looks like there's going to be a few down this. We've got one down. We've got two down. Wes has gone sideways. So Berg sideways. He's off the back of that. He won't be happy, and we've got a race in 3. It's Ben Carberry, the Ironman, on the right-hand side. Then, Luke Morrison just struggling, and out the back we've got 2, 4, 5, 6. Sam Spears going sideways. No, is there? There's Pete Scott gone on his home beach. 2 off, 3 off. So we've already got 3 swimming. Our leader, Luke Morrison's going backwards at this point. So skis everywhere. Absolute carnage in this first semi-final, and it looks like Chad Alston's missed the can there, so I don't know how this is going to affect the race, but he doesn't matter. He turns, tries to push down it. Ben Carberry's still in second, but then who knows who's in third. I think Wes has shot through there to sit in third place, and there's 4, 5, 6 guys swimming out the back. This race has been turned on its head, Jack.
It sure has, and they're guys that we wouldn't expect to see off their ski. Guys that are super experienced, guys that have been in Australian titles and won them.
Well, it is a turn up here at Redhead as Wes grits his teeth. He's around, and we've got more going sideways as well, as Luke Morrison hasn't had the best run in, and he'll be flipped. So the ski paddlers are hating Redhead, and they're hating the fact they have to swim. One man who's loving it, Ben Carberry. The 2 Burley Head boys give us a smile as they round the flag. They've got no problem swimming, and a couple of these guys definitely do. Chad Alston, he is back in 4th place. It looks like Sam from Swansea Belmont comes around. Mackenzie Heinard, our race leader, Luke Morrison, and Nick Dennis, 2 boys who've come off on the way in and don't seem happy at all. We've got guys throwing paddles outside. We've got water going everywhere. Wes Berg's been belted, but he's got a smile on his face and he's loving it. This is what we love about surf lifesaving. A few waves to shake things up.
Yeah, these boys will enjoy this. They love making their way out through the surf and on the way in, and they love carnage.
Yeah, I think it's better when you get the waves on the way in and not on the way out. One man who hasn't got any waves is Ben Carberry, leading an Ironman, showing the ski paddlers how it's done.
A young bloke that made his way up to the Gold Coast this year from Warilla Barrack Point. And on his outside, we see the coach from Bronte.
Matty Eltham there. Yeah, he's a great coach, a former World Championship finalist. Wes Berg snuck in there at 3rd place. But this is it, the critical outside bank for the ski paddlers. We can see that white water. That means waves have broken there in the past. Will these guys be aware of it? They'll know that there's waves coming through, and I guess they've got to keep an eye out.
They would have watched the races before. They saw Luke Cuff struggle when he made his way across that second part of the M shape, and it's not going to be as easy on these skis.
They're not as manoeuvrable as the boards, that's for sure, but they do go a lot faster, so they'll be in and out of that critical zone a whole lot quicker. Ben Carberry, Matt Eltham there, Wes Berg in 3rd, and hasn't this race broken wide open since the opening leg? We have a race in 10 going around the first can. It's now a race in 4, but as we saw in the first half, anything can happen. These boys are not home and host.
When they get into the wave zone, they've got to get it right. Limit the mistakes, try and keep that ski straight. If they're off, if they're swimming, it's going to open the door for the back markers.
And Wes looks like he's having a good time there as he rounds in third. So that's what they love, a few waves, and they split on the way home. So a little bit of tactics there from Eltham, from Bronte. Benny Carberry's just stuck in the middle a little bit, and his coach, Wes Berg, isn't worried about it. He's pushing for home on the top left-hand side of your screen. We can see he's picked up just a little runner there, and we haven't spoken about it this part, but all important top 8 will go through to the final. You'd expect these 4 to get through, but the real race is on back in the red zone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those boys is where the real race is at, and they'll be fighting it out for a spot in our final later on today.
Yeah, all these boys want to make the top 8. All these boys want to get through to the race that counts, and that's the final.
You can't win it if you're not in it, as Wes takes a look around there. Just might be having a chat. He trains Ben Carberry there. I think he might be giving him a tip or 2 on the way home. So we've got 4 home at the moment. It's Sam Donjan from Swansea Belmont, Wes Berg, Ben Carberry, and Matt Eltham as they come round the final can. Oh, and a little trouble for Wes there. Make sure he gets around that last one. A bit of a rookie error there from one of the sports veterans. You'd expect more from him.
Yeah, it is tough trying to make your way and negotiate around those cans, particularly when these little waves are breaking out the back. He knew he had plenty of time, plenty of space. That's why he's got a smile on his face.
And not the traditional ski course. As Matty Eltham and Ben Carberry cruise home, they'll be thinking to themselves, what happened in that first leg? It was so easy on the second one. They'll be straight through to our final. Benny can leave the ski behind. Wes is wondering what happened to the rest of the field as he runs up in third place, and then the race really starts. This is where it's at, because you don't want to come all the way to Redhead just to get knocked out in the semi-final. You want to be there. So in 1, Matty Eltham. In 2, Ben Carberry. Sam Dojan there from Swansea Belmont, just down the road. The next beach down will finish in 3rd place. Wes Berg, the 20-year veteran, will cross the line in 4th. Who have we got in 5th? This is where it's at. Paul Buttle from the Wanda Club in 5th. Our early race leader, Luke Morrison's in there as well in 6th place. Nick Dorr will get home from the Manly Club in 7th. And the all-important 8th place there is Nick Dennis of Surfers Paradise. So Chad Alston, leader after the first one round, will not be in our final. So after an eventful race there, Matty Eltham from the Bronte Club, coaches down there. He's taken out semi-final number 1, and it'd have to go in as favourite into the final. Going down the page, it looks like Chad Alston and Sam Spear, 2 of the better ski paddlers in the field, have missed out on our final.
Yeah, plenty of big names that we don't see make it through here.